So, in the last section, we have seen what is central tendency or central value. That is nothing but it is used for probability distribution, which is generally called as average. So, measures of central tendency, most representative or typical of all values in group, is nothing but average. So, there are basically three measures of central tendency: mode, median, and mean. So, whenever we are talking about mean, so mean is what? It is nothing but calculation of the particular average. That's why it is called as mean. Means we will add the numbers and divide by the total numbers. But sometimes the mean can be somehow getting approximate, not exact, so that becomes embarrassing many times. Suppose Uncle Bob wants to know the average age at the party to choose a particular activity. So there are 6 kids who are having age 13 and 5 babies of one age. So when we are adding all the ages and dividing it by the total number, we are getting 7.5. That means the mean age is 7.5. So he gets a jumping castle. But the 13 years olds, they were embarrassed, and 1 year old cannot jump. That means the mean was accurate, but in this particular case, it was not useful. So, though the mean is most stable user, sometimes it is affected by the extreme values and it may not exist as a data point in the set. But the mean is the most popular and well known measure of central tendency. It can be used with both discrete and continuous data, although its use is most often with the continuous data. The mean is equal to the sum of all values in the data set, that is divided by the number of values in the data set. So if we have n values in data set and they have the values x1, x2, x3 up to xn, then the sample mean is denoted by x bar is equal to summation of x divided by n. So this formula is generally written by using the summation and the particular sign. So this formula is for the sample mean. Okay. So in statistics, samples and populations are having the different meanings as well as very much importance. So the mean is essentially a model of the data set. We can say that it is the value that is very common, and mean is not often one of the actual values that we have observed. But the main disadvantage the mean is having is it is particularly susceptible to the influence of outliers. Means these are the values that are unusual compared to the rest of the data by being especially small or large in numeric values. Means suppose for example we are considering the wages of staff at a factory. So we are calculating the mean salary. But when we are inspecting the raw data, then that suggests that mean value might not be the best way to accurately reflect the typical salary of a worker. So the mean is being skewed by the too large salaries. And now what is skewness? It is nothing but a measure of symmetry. But here lack of symmetry is there because everyone is having a different salary structure. So this mean is many times having this particular disadvantage of influence of outlier. Then comes the median. So the median, as its name implies, it is the middle score of a data set that has arranged in order of magnitude. So value that divides ranked data points into halves, that is 15% larger than 15% smaller. That means we are arranging the data and then we are finding the middle score. So the middle score median is find out by the median mark, which is also called as the middle mark. So we at the first step we are rearranging the data in order to magnitude, then we are finding the median from that. It is influenced by the position of items, not their values. Why? Because we are arranging them. That's why it is mainly influenced by position of the items. Then comes mode. This is the most frequent data point. Mode is the most frequent score in the data set. On the histogram, it represents the highest bar in a bar chart or histogram. So sometimes consider that the mode is most popular option. So we can represent the mode by the bar chart. We can represent it by the bimodal and multimodal way. So mode can have more than one value actually. So this is what the various types of central tendency measures are there. But when I have talked about median, I said that when I have talked about mean, I said that the disadvantage is having influence of outlier. So I want to tell you what is outlier. So outlier is an observation point that is distinct from the another observations. So outlier may be due to the variability in the measurement, or it may indicate the experimental measurement error. So outliers can occur by chance in any distribution. So that is used in the statistical analysis. So this is all about the various measures of central tendency and outlier. Now we have seen the measures. Now we will see how the different types of statistical means are there. So that we will cover in the next section. Thank you.